Okay, so welcome to the daily loop, if you want to call that, the daily loop video. We're just going to look through our scouting pool. Well, first we'll check if we've got any transfer bids received, then we'll go through the scouting pool, then we'll select the training options, and then we will check our academy trialists. So first things first, did we receive any transfer bids? We didn't. Next thing, scouting pool, ordering by position. I was looking a bit at the finances actually. That keeper had, like I said, we've taken on board some pretty high wage players. We will get some more cash injections as we get through each weekly league period, but I think at the moment it's probably the case that this £2.6 million it sort of needs to last us for like the next 5 lots of scouting pools, something like that. We can maybe sell a player we already bought. It's kind of inefficient, obviously, but if we have to. But I think the only point really sort of making here is that we need to be quite selective at this point and only buy players if they really do meet the criteria of what we need. We already bought the keeper, and so yeah. Okay, we're not using fullbacks. Obviously, this guy is better than the one that we've got in the youth team at the moment, but again, we just need to be much more conscious of money, and I think the So, and this one might be better than the one we bought, but it's probably but in any case, whatever. So we're not buying the left backs, and yeah, that one's not so great. He definitely would be an upgrade on the one of the centre halves for the youth team. But the thing is, we've got academy trial graduates that already have some of these key attributes higher that might come through. So I just don't think it makes sense, to be honest. I think as far as the youth team, we'll get 6 graduates coming through. We'll probably just use those 6 in the youth team next season. So we'll be able to put something together for next season. This player, maybe, because let's have a look at his profile with the training options. He's going to get another 4 speed. He's actually genuinely going to be fast. That's genuinely fast. And some nice, just all-around boosts in general. As far as we need central defenders, this is the thing. So I think between that and like he's good in the air, not horrible at marking, but not great, and can tackle. This is actually like pretty much perfect. Not say perfect, but perfect all things considered. It's a major. It's like for us, it's instead of for this side, it's a good. He has what we want. We wanted someone who was fast and good in the air. They were the 2 main things, and then we wanted them to be able to tackle quite well, and ideally be able to okay at marking, and a lot of secondary requirements like positioning and whatnot. But I think for where was this guy? Was he here? Yeah, like he's kind of meeting like not the positioning, not the secondary requirements. Again, like ideally, for example, a lot of other things as well. Like ideally, his passing vision would be better, positioning. But I mean, for us, the main things we really wanted though was the high aerial ability and the speed, and good enough tackle. Whilst we're talking about the other things, the tackling is more important than all of them. So, we're probably going to buy him. We will check the other players. And also he's got really high composure, which is really good. And also really high determination. So we will give him a lot of matches. He'll actually play in our youth team all this season and our senior team all this season. He's going to get quite a lot of points, actually. So development points, he'll get quite a lot. So we might actually... This player may end up being with us long term if we get him. I'm pretty sure we're just going to buy him, but again, like that's a big chunk of our budget going there. But yeah, let's just keep looking, just in case. This guy's pretty good as well, but and arguably better in various ways than. But there's a big difference, right? This guy's 29. I mean, this guy, like, and it's. I mean, the differences here are substantial because this guy has like way higher season wage. Basically, like, even though this guy costs 200 or whatever more, this guy's 300 or something wages. So even just by the end of this season, pretty much with what's left, they will have already cost the same as each other. And then this guy will be like an extra 550 per season, basically, rather than an extra 210. So like, so basically, this guy's way more expensive over time, and he's gonna just. Let's look at what training options he's got coming up. So he's actually getting a little bit better probably with these, but his tackling isn't going up. I mean, definitely if it was a straight choice, we're just definitely going to get the younger one. I think the question is, do we get this guy as well? If we get the younger one, he's taking that role on the DLC one. So the other the roles we've got at the moment, we need one. We're quite flexible with all of the attributes, except the tackling has to be really, really high, like 80, closer to 80, which isn't this guy. And then the other role we've got is the ball playing cover, and he needs to have a high passing. Basically, it's one of the things he needs, and he doesn't have it. So even though this guy's quite nicely all-rounded, I don't think we're going to get him. I think we're going to wait. And also, we really want to be building a team to move forwards with, and like 29 is not, we really want to be getting players that are younger, not necessarily at 21, like 22, 23, 24, 25 is even okay. I think the general idea we want is we will grab them, keep them for this season and 2 more when their sort of contracts are running out at that point, and then be able to sell them that season and sort of like make a profit, or develop them up in such a way that we're happy to use a contract extension to keep them or something. But looking at them a little bit more like investments, basically. And I think this guy fits that much better. So we'll get and pick him up, but probably not him at this point. It is an interesting one though, because we do, for example, we are at the moment paying this guy here 600k wages, when he's definitely just going to get worse and definitely isn't going to give us anything in the future, basically. So I think there is an argument about, like, we could, for example, grab that other guy and get rid of this guy. So what we'll actually, so there's so if we did that, for example, we'd get back with 47k. He's not perfect for that role in the middle, but neither's, he's maybe we just change it to cover and not ball playing. I'm not sure. So he's not perfect for that role, but But we'd get the, what did we say? I can't even remember, 47 back or something. So, and the wages are actually 50k less, and then we would spend, I don't know. So it's like, to swap that guy over is kind of costing us like 130k or something to swap him out. And this guy has a bit less wages. That might make sense to just swap him out, to be honest. He's a bit of a downgrade for the role that we need, but yeah, I'll think on that one. Right, no, I don't know. It's 10 million, so it's not even an option. Yeah, we're not going to get the fullback. We're not really looking for the. Okay, no, we don't use wing backs. The moment I'm checking every player anyway, because we can, for the right player, we can add a position to them if they have the right attributes. So I don't want to miss the perfect player for whatever system we need. I mean, interestingly, this guy's a better ball playing cover, but I don't want to pay the 700k wages. I mean, we'll have to retrain him, I think, at the position at the back, but he's got kind of the bits we need, but he's not good enough to do that, and to want to use that one position that we can add to any player. And plus, he's 29. We don't really want the players that old. Again, this guy could be retrained to be the player that has the our stopper, our DRC, with the 82 tackling, and he's like, the other guy's really, really slow. So he'd definitely be a straight upgrade, but he's like 1 million wages, he's 30. I just don't want to like commit all of that resource basically to a player that old for us, where we're at. This guy actually fits the role that really well, I think, that we need for the let's have a look. So in the tactic, this guy, the one in the center, attacking midfielder, comes up here, and the main thing we need is for him to have really good long shots, passing, and vision. They're the main things. And if we look for that player, where was he? Was it this one? No. This one? No. This one? No. That was this one. He's actually got that, exactly that. That's basically what he is. Plus, he's actually yeah. So I think it's the main thing here, though, we buy this guy, and that's basically it, right? Like, we're not buying any other players for the next 5 days. As good as he is, I don't think he's worth giving all that up for. Basically, like giving up. I mean, let's keep looking, because we might see somebody better yet. Anyway, no. We'd have to add a position. I don't. He's got some. He's kind of. We'd have to add a position to him. I'm thinking for him for the ML or the MR. He's a cheap and decent wages for some key stuff here. In particular, the speed, the strength, the dribbling, the crossing. So he's like quite good, really. It's a little bit old. Now, for the ML, I don't think he's good enough, because he needs to have the tackling. So that's not an option. But for the MR, and by the way, it could be ML, because what we could do is if we go back here, we can basically just mirror all of this across the other way around. So move him here, and swap these two guys around basically. And then this winger could be the attacking one. So we can do it either way around, which is worth bearing in mind for us. I mean, we'd have to add the position to that guy in this particular instance, so we could keep it whichever way we want it. But it is worth us remembering that when we're looking for the MR, we have that flexibility at the moment. But I think we're just going to give... Yeah, I don't know. He's a bit different because he's not expensive. We do have to use the position up, as we said. I mean, I think, yeah, it doesn't make sense because of that, because he's so old, and I don't know. It's just because we have to use the position. We only get one shot that's a one shot thing for us this season. So I don't think it's worth it. let's keep looking. Just too old. By too old, I'm talking too old for our timeline. We're in the training league at the moment, basically. So by the time we're in the bottom division, he'll already be 31 and worse. And you know, so in the we'll be in the bottom division. So by the time we're there, you know, it's just, and we don't necessarily, you know, we don't. We think we'd rather have a younger team that we get promoted with and sort of, I don't know, build it up that way. So. You know, when we're already where we want to be in a high division, like getting an older player that's exactly what you need, like totally fine to do that. No, it's too expensive anyway, so this guy. This guy is for our creative forward role. He's probably better than the guy we got, and he's cheaper and he's younger. It might make sense to do that, and then, well, let's compare. He's got higher long shots. He's faster. The passing in vision. What is this guy? 72. Dribbling. Strength crossing. 63. So. Yeah, so 10 more long shots. Passing is a bit less. And the vision. The long shots is up significantly, and then basically his other type of skills are like he's quite a bit faster. The work rate doesn't really matter for that role, and the dribbling is higher. The finishing composure is a bit low. It's a secondary requirement. We might just I think we'll pass on this one. Look for something that's like. I think possibly he's a bit better than what we got, but I think we will just try to look for something that's. It's tricky. Let's look at his training options. Okay, so long shots, all +4 as well. That's a big deal. Gonna be 73. Wow. Okay. 2 extra points in control, 3 extra points in crossing. That'll take it up to 70. Not that he crosses much. It's not that big a deal, but he is offset a bit. Yeah, he doesn't end up in that spot too often, to be honest. So the crossing doesn't matter too much. So, but the long shots matters a lot. Yeah, okay. I'm tempted to get him. Well, yeah, wow, okay. This was like a fantastically awesome player, but he's 33 and 4 million. So, I guess not for us. Now, we can obviously end up playing our matches faster if we want and getting the cash injection. That's another option in the end if we need the money to get a player. So, right, AMR, we're getting near the end here. Let's see. Striker. Okay. So, I mean, thing is, he's also younger. It just makes sense, like, yeah. I mean, he's not old, but yeah. The thing is, we we accidentally we didn't mean to buy this guy. We actually meant to buy a different player when we bought him. I was saying the other day, but on another video, but yeah, we actually looked on the day. There was like 2 AMCs that were both Italian. The other guy that we wanted was 24 and 25, and just accidentally clicked on this one when I went back through and bought the wrong one. He had similar skills, so it was an easy enough mistake, but yeah, like the other guy just was better for what we needed. And the other thing that's not insignificant here, I mean, what's that? 325k wages. I think this other guy had 300k wages. 400. Okay, so I mean, this guy's definitely better and younger and cheaper than what we paid. Them's the breaks. I think we have to buy him, but yeah, I think we will. But the strength. But he's not perfect. I think in particular our player in this role, he does end up in like having shots inside the box as well, like closer range type of finishing, and he's not good at all really for that. So what about how is he at that compared to what we've got? Better or similar? So, and the other guy's getting 4 more in the long shot. I think we've just got to get this other guy. This is what it comes down to. It feels bad because we may end up then. For now, we'll keep the other guy. But if we run out of money and we need it, we'll end up having to sell the other guy. So we kind of will have just wasted a few £100,000 if that ends up happening. But the thing is, this guy's that much cheaper anyway, so, and he's better, so it's like I think we just got to do it. So we'll get him. Yeah, we just got to do. I mean, we'll get him. Let's just go back, and we're going to get this guy for sure. And I think for us, it definitely makes it a bit easier to be more selective. Like we'll just say we don't really want to sort of seriously. We're not going to pick up any players that are like over 23 or 24 or 25 or whatever, like something like that. So then we can sort of just not get this guy. I think. But for now, let's get what we know, what we want to get. So we're going to get him. In particular, he had some good option coming up. Oh, yeah, extra speed and agility. And okay, so he's just... So we're going to get some... particular, we definitely will get this guy. And we're going to get the this guy. There was an MC, but he's too expensive and too old. We're just not going to get him. We did get... how much did we pay the other day for this guy? Not a lot. Okay, not a lot. So that's not it. It's totally different, right? Like if we buy this guy for a couple $100,000 and then sell him a few days later, we don't lose much. But when we're paying like $1 million or more, it's like quite, we're losing out quite a bit when we make these mistakes. So now what we actually needed though was an ML really to, and there just isn't. I don't even think there was one. No. So, I'll just recheck the wide players just in case there is one to give another position that makes sense for what we need, but not them. Definitely, it was this. There is this guy. It could make sense because he is really cheap. He's really cheap. He is 28, so he's older than we were saying. That we wanted, but You know what? Yeah, we're gonna wait on that. We're gonna wait on that. I feel like, especially if we're gonna add the position to do it, like we'll get similar opportunities. And the thing is, that position is like, I'll just try to say, because we'll go to the manager skills, like these extra positions, we get one, but then if you want extra ones, they're like, they're 8,000-9,000 points each. That's like a huge deal. That's the same price, for example, as being able to look at an extra 3 youth players every day of the month. And there's 30 days, right? So it's like access to view an additional 90 youth players over the course of the month, or that one position. So that's kind of where the value is at. Or basically all of these academy trial skills nearly put together. So it's a big sort of commitment to use that for us. So don't think we're going to use it on that guy. So I think that's that for now. There is that one question though about whether we would buy this guy and sell the older guy. Because that old guy we did buy just as a stopgap. It was supposed to be just to sort of sort tactics out. This guy, I think the problem is of the roles, he's not as well suited to it. So I think we won't get him either. I do think we need to sort of try and draw a line, something like it's too tempting to just buy everybody, and we're going to end up looking at scouting pools with players that are just perfect and not that expensive and not even really able to buy them without doing silly things. So I think we're just going to draw a line in the sand and just say we're not going to get players this type of age anymore. Right, so we picked them up. So let's now go to, what did we say next? We said training options. So we do have some for our players and the ones we just bought. That's why I'm doing the training options after we look at the players. So this is the DC we just bought. So same aerial ability, couple extra agility, extra speed. So it's this option for sure. So basically we're just saying this side has 2 extra movement. This side you get 1 extra speed and 2 extra agility. So definitely this side, because movement is like almost, it's maybe the least most important attribute possibly for a centre half. That or crossing are probably the 2. So this is a MC that probably is just, it's never really going to be anything for us. So let's just pick whatever makes sense. 4-4-3-4-3. It's probably just this one here. So I'm just sort of picking the stuff that's probably just, might get their value up a little bit more if it applies before we sell them. This is our striker that we've been starting. So you can get extra, I think it's going to be the extra dribbling regardless here. Control dribbling and determination versus a bit of extra passing. We're going to go this way. They're quite fast, and I think from memory their dribbling is quite... so look, I think the dribbling was pretty low. Yeah, it's really low, 31. So that would help, but just, that helps quite a bit to not pick their speed back as much, basically. Well, we're going back to the training options. So this is this the guy we're playing with the long shots, right? Yeah. So ideally, is there long shots here? Not in this one. It's a second boost, so hopefully the first one that we missed, hopefully it wasn't the one with the long shots, because we definitely want to be picking the option that has the biggest increase if there is one. In regards to this option, I think this one's just outright better. And this one is just a little bit better. think you're gonna get the one with the 2 tackling, control, movement, flair. Oh, that is 6 determinate. Okay, fuck no, it's not that clear at all. He's only got 27 tackling. I think we just got. He's not hopeless, so I think we're just gonna pick the probably this one just because it's just more stuff and probably results in a bigger value increase for him on the other side. Our new player, so 2 options with possible long shots. We'd definitely go on this side because it's just better. So, and then is he playing? He starts for the youth team. He's the defensive midfielder one. We can't get any more tackling. We're not going to keep him around long enough for that contract extension to matter. But having said that, oh no, it's not that clear. So 2 work rate, 1 extra strength, 1 extra endurance and strength, or 2 work rate and 1 crossing. He's a central midfielder, so the crossing doesn't really matter. The contract extension doesn't matter. So it's 2 work rate versus an endurance and a strength. Probably want the endurance and the strength for this guy. He's a defensive midfielder, so he just sits back. He's not really the work rate doesn't help that much because he doesn't need to move up and back a lot. So Sorich, I think he must be starting. Yeah, okay. So he plays for the youth. Passing, dribbling, speed. Okay, so we just go on this side, I think. Here. Right, so that's our training options selected. The next thing we wanted to do was the academy trialist. 33 speed 6. Okay, so exactly. So this is one of those players we didn't really know. They weren't that great, but they weren't. But we just had him in because the speed was going to be revealed next. We said if it was a 60, maybe he's looking good, but obviously it was a 60 divided by 10, so not so good. This guy, the strength 46. This guy, distribution 50. So alright, this guy marking 7. But he would be the attacking midfielder with the long shots role because of this if we keep him. So that's okay. He has a low one. But the finishing is coming up, and then the passing. So I think we were having this guy waiting for that passing really. And this one, the one-on-ones, it's only 8. So he was really high. He's like 40 something average, and now he's down. So let's look at what other options we got. We do need a destroyer, but he's going to need the tackling, and that's not coming up anytime soon. Good tackling there, left back, but it's not that great around. We'd have to use an extra position on him to retrain him. So I don't think we will get him. No winger. Probably no. I mean, again, these wingers we only have to look through the lens of will we want to retrain them to another position, and I think not. This guy, no. 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 I think no. No. So he's going to be the yeah, he's not going to be able to nothing in our tactic. 56 dribbling, 52 speed, 54 composure. Okay, so this guy could be really good. And the finishing and the long shots coming up soon. Finishing, so this, yeah, we definitely want him in instead of the MR for now. We know we definitely want that one. So that's So this guy could potentially be like really, really good, or not. But we'll find that out soon enough. Basically, I think if the A and D come out high, or at least the D does, then there's a pretty good chance we end up keeping this guy no matter what all the other attributes are. Unfortunately, the movement is last, so if he ends up with kind of like high finishing, but the other stuff is bad. Like I said, the long shots isn't great, and the control or whatever, his passing's already not great, but basically if he just doesn't end up that great, but he has high finishing, if that ends up the case, then the movement matters a bit more, because we just want him for the poacher role. But yeah, there's no way we're not holding this guy. That's what it comes down to at least find out what these values are. So we're definitely holding on to him. So alright, let's keep looking. Shot stopping is coming out soon. Parrying is just way too low, and the agility is way too low, way. Like these is just, as a combination, is super bad. It basically means that when they deflect the ball, they're not very good at sort of controlling where it goes. So it kind of goes any which ways. And when that happens, you want them to get up like fast and recover to grab it, and they're not going to do that because of their agility. Really high shot stopping, great. Horrible parrying again, and horrible handling. I think just the horrible handling and parrying is just enough to not consider this guy. Horrible shot positioning, rushing out, but otherwise, 54. We will. We've got 2 keepers in at the moment, so. Yeah, okay. I don't think we'd want to swap him out for either of these, basically. So let's keep. Don't think anyway. No, because I think we'd want to find the. We're waiting to find the shot stopping out. If it is high, what was the guy that we're looking at? This guy is 52. But we wouldn't keep him because of them. It was this guy. It's 49. Shot positioning 1. If this comes, okay, so yeah, if this other guy, yeah, all right. I think this is right. This guy. Right, so at least in the context of our AMC, we wanted high passing and vision, the long shots, but he's got low determination, so that's not great for coming through. I think these these attributes here, just the speed, the strength, the aerial ability, kind of a monster. High endurance. That's just really tempting, because even if he didn't end up being, there's a chance he might have ended up being able to be some other, retrained to some position for some role or something. But yeah, I think just because of the the really low tackling eliminates all of the defensive stuff, and the lack of passing eliminates pretty much all the midfield stuff. So in the end, you'd only be left with striker or the wide midfielder positions, really. So yeah, okay, let's not get him. This guy, shot stop. Okay, so he's got some really good stuff here. I think he finds his way in instead of one of the 2 keepers we've got. Him probably, because we've got to wait so long for the shot stopping. So, and then this guy, yeah, okay, and this guy, no, okay. So that's our. I think we got rid of all the ones that. This guy. I'm with high hopes he could potentially be really good. Right. So that's the that's our daily gameplay loop. I'm going to do another video now. I'm just going to update our tactics for the players we just bought. And well, let's do that now, because maybe it makes a decision for us to potentially buy another player, because we were left with that last decision, which is we've got this guy, who quite frankly isn't brilliant at that distribution anyway. He's 52 and 57, and the main thing holding us back from getting this is the 52, 50. Okay, so he is definitely worse. And the other thing that I noticed, that guy, he comes out dribbling the ball surprising amount down the flanks. And he's only got 26 dribbling. Not sure what this guy's got. Oh, 55. Okay. So I think we're just going to leave him for now. So yeah, let's update our tactic. So one thing I was looking at before is I wanted to try this. Let's do this in the start of the next video, I think, because we're going to talk about some things we want to try. So we'll finish this one off now, and we're going to do another video.